This is a new program at Harvard Business School, and getting something new off the ground is always kind of amazing. Harvard Business School sits at the nexus of the most vibrant biomedical ecosystem on the planet, as far as I can tell. And we really didn't have a program that was dedicated to encouraging and facilitating, more than encouraging, actually facilitating young entrepreneurs into the life sciences to match up with projects, match up with vendors, and get things going. This is a program that was actually funded almost exactly a year ago. Len Blavatnik, a very good friend of Harvard's, gave a continuing gift to the accelerator group, and as part of that gift, Isaac and I arranged for a portion to be dedicated to a fellowship program at Harvard Business School. The core of the fellowship really is about partnering with Harvard innovators with the goal of accelerating and facilitating the commercialization of innovation that's owned by Harvard University. I'm happy to say innovation is alive and well. And the first part of this process was actually providing the fellows an opportunity to review and meet with entrepreneurs and innovators throughout the university, and then coalescing around one or two of these projects, building a relationship and really building enterprise around these innovations.
I had a couple of goals for myself for the year, one of which was to kind of throw myself into a project that was on the cusp of getting to market. So I wanted to really have to go through all the trials and tribulations of raising money and making the team and all these things. So I was really looking for technologies that were more mature. So there was already buzz around this, there was already like a path to commercialization, and I was coming in and going to be accelerating that path. I'm working with Dr. Jennifer Lewis. She's a 3D printing expert, but effectively a material scientist. And her materials basically, she can do bioprinting, she can do electronics printing, she can do new matrix materials for 3D printing. So just getting inside the lab and really kind of diving into all the different ideas was, I thought, a good strategy. So I feel like I'm almost a lab member that helps out with like kind of commercialization type things in the lab. And so I think the thing I'm proudest of is actually identifying the first use case that we're going to attack and kind of formulating the plan around actually getting that product to market.
I'm working with Dr. Kevin Kit Parker in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and I would be involved in everything that's going on there, whether I wanted to be or not. That's just the nature of the lab. They're very multidisciplinary, interconnected lab, and so for me that was a big plus because I got to be able to have an opportunity to work on a lot of different things, and being able to direct this wealth of technologies towards commercialization is a big challenge. One of the projects I'm working on, we have developed a medical device that we actually just put into large animals in Europe to do an acute study. So I was over there last week and it went really well, and to actually see something that I've worked on over the past 8 months go into an animal and actually work was incredibly satisfying.
I picked two projects, and one was with the Whitesides lab, and one was from the Dutta lab in neuroscience. I think I was the fellow that came in with a distinct idea. I wanted a point-of-care diagnostic that was focused on women's health, and the second project I chose was completely from a different perspective. It's sort of predicting human behavior, which, you know, the applications ranged from minority report style identification of criminal activity before it's about to happen to, you know, everything from predicting buying behavior in brick and mortar settings. So I actually managed to get started a trial where we have women enrolled, and we are testing something out that could be potentially very beneficial to women's health.
Being a fellow, I've had liberty to meet with the ecosystem of young entrepreneurs who can start up successful startups in life sciences. I point to companies like Podometrics, Alaris, Aldatu, and being involved with two teams that both raised money and are successfully moving forward. There's kind of a natural progression for me to become the business guy of the lab that I'm involved with. So get on the ground floor right before, you know, the technology is crystallized, and you will secure yourself a seat.
As is always the case with life science entrepreneurship, moving the science along in conjunction with moving the business along has been impressive, at least for me in this first year of the fellowship.